Hi there, this is Ranjit, and in this video I'm going to review a budget N300 router. A lot of you guys have asked me to review some good budget oriented routers. Hence I purchased this TP-Link router from Flipkart, and I have been testing this router now for 20 days, and I'm actually pretty impressed with this router considering the budget oriented price and the performance of this router. So let's get on with the in-depth review of this TP-Link Wi-Fi router. So here I have the TP-Link router. Before that, let me show you the box. The model name is TLWR841N. And this is not a basic router like N150, but this is a N300 supporting speeds up to 300 megabits. And regarding the pricing on the box, if you can see, it's quoted as 2,799, but I purchased this router from Flipkart for just around rupees 1,630 or 40. I'll have the link for Flipkart in the show notes. And the good thing with this router is that the two antennas are 5 dBi antennas, hence the Wi-Fi range is also pretty good. And this is the router itself, and as you can see, it's not a very big router or a very compact router. The antennas are fixed, and we have some LED lights. I'll show you that when I switch on the router itself. And on the back, it's basic. We have the power on off button, and on here we have the power adapter will go here. I've also made the unboxing video of this router, so you can check out that for what comes inside the box. It's nothing, just this router, the Ethernet cable and a power adapter. We have 4 Ethernet ports. Again, these are 100 Mbps ports, and we have the WAN port also. The WAN port is also 100 Mbps port. And we have a Wi-Fi toggle switch that is on and off, and we also have a WPS switch. And the thing to note is that if you're using some old internet connections like BSNL or MTNL that comes with the ADSL connection, you can use this router, but you have to use your BSNL modem and you connect that to this router, then it works perfectly fine. I'm using a fiber connection, and fortunately it directly comes with the Ethernet port. So if you're using a modern connection like that, you can directly connect to the WAN port. So that's the physical aspect of this router. Now let me show you this router while switching it on. So this is how the router looks when it's connected, and let me give you an idea about the LED lights. Let me just zoom in, and actually it's a little bit faint, the lights. As you can see, the first one is for the power. It will always just glow when power is there, and the second one always blinks when it's active, and this third one is for the wireless. This also actually glows and blinks continuously, even though when there is no wireless activity, it blinks continuously. And the next one is for the internet, and next we have 4 for the physical Ethernet ports, and last one is for the WPS button. So these are for the LED lights, and this is how the router actually looks. And it's actually not very big router, and it looks okay-ish, I would say, in the terms of looks department. So let's look at the admin interface of this TP-Link router, and by default it should be at 192.168.1.1, and you just enter your login details and you'll be presented with this screen. And this shows the basic info, and actually I have been using this router continuously for now about 20 days. Yes, I did restart it once or twice, and the issue is that whenever we do some changes, for example, even if you change the DNS server, it restarts the router. Hence you're seeing just this 9 days of uptime, but the uptime is actually a lot more. In last 20 days of usage, it did not automatically reboot or dropped out, so that is pretty good. We do get the basic settings. You can easily set it up, and you also have the quick setup wizard, but if you are a power user, you can also manually set it up. We also have the WPS setting if you want, and again in wireless tab also you have the settings, and you can also set it to N-only mode or the BGN mode. Default it is in the BGN mode, but I did my entire testing with just keeping it only in the N mode, and I would suggest that if you have only N devices, set it to the N-only mode, because the performance here is a lot better. One thing I did notice is that we don't have other modes like repeater mode or the AP mode. That is a little bit disappointing. In security, again, we can set up the firewalls, etc. And regarding wireless security, it has the standard WPA2, WPA, and we also have the parental control if you want. Standard stuff, nothing fancy. And we also have basic bandwidth control. I didn't use that. And if you are a kind of a power user, you also do have the dynamic DNS settings. Again, these are the ones that are provided. And the performance of the router, as I mentioned, was pretty good. And as you can see, I'm on my MacBook Air. We don't have any Ethernet connection on a MacBook Air. So we are connected via Wi-Fi. And I'm on a fairly fast internet connection. And my internet connection is a 50 Mbps connection. And let's test how well this router handles high-speed connections like this. And let's do this test. And as you can see, it's able to easily max out my internet connection. Mine is a 50 megabit connection, and as you can see, it's easily actually maxing it out. And I'm almost getting about 60 meg down, and always my ISP was generous about uploads, and we are getting 78 megabits upload. So even if you have a very high speed internet connection, this router will be able to handle it. And I do get this question a lot for affordable routers, that something like I have a 2 Mbps connection, 4 Mbps connection, will this router be able to handle it? And as you can see, this TP-Link router, though it's a pretty affordable router, it could handle my 50 megabit connection without any issues. Now let's talk about the actual performance of this router. For any Wi-Fi router, I would say the two things that I look at is the actual Wi-Fi performance range and the stability of the router. And in those respects, this router actually did surprise me a bit, because I was not expecting this good performance, because it's just a basic budget-oriented Wi-Fi router. Let's talk first about the Wi-Fi range. And here I would say the router performed brilliantly. I would say it did perform much better than some of the competing routers in this price bracket. And I was actually very surprised that it could even beat some of the higher end routers. For example, I was personally using the Netgear 3700 router. That's a dual band router, and that cost almost 5 times the cost of this router. I've also done a review of that router, so you can check out that. Links will be in the show notes. But I would say for example, in zone C, where many of the routers have range issues, this router performed brilliantly and much better than that more expensive Netgear router. So overall, I would say in terms of Wi-Fi range also, I got actually very good range with this TP-Link budget router, and I was actually a bit surprised. So I did test it a lot. And also regarding testing it with multiple Wi-Fi devices, I did that. For the most part, my home is heavily connected. At any given time, about 4 to 7 devices, Wi-Fi devices, are constantly connected. For example, 3 smartphones, 2 tablets. I also have 2 Chromecast, and I also did a lot of HD streaming via the Chromecast. And then also this router performed brilliantly. And I did not get any dropped Wi-Fi performance. So overall, the performance of this router was great. And apart from 8, for example, 8 simultaneous Wi-Fi devices, I also connected 3 devices physically via the Ethernet ports, and then also the router was stable. And regarding the stability also, it did not reboot the router. For example, I had it switched on for 20 days, 24/7, and during that time, I did not face any issues of dropouts with this router. So the Wi-Fi range was also very good, and also at the same time the stability was very good, which was kind of surprising for me. So in terms of that, this router does get a big thumbs up. Now coming to some of the minor cons, is that it's a very basic router. We don't get any USB ports, so people who are looking for some advanced functionality won't find this on this router. Also, as I mentioned, in the admin interface, we don't have additional modes like a repeater or an AP mode. We just have the basic Wi-Fi router mode with this router. One more thing that I was a little bit surprised, that I have a fairly fast internet connection. That's a 50 megabit internet connection, and this router did not slow that down, and I was able to use the full speed of this router, that is 50 megabit connections, without any issues. Even for my Wi-Fi devices, I was able to get that 50 megabit connection. So again, if you have even a very fast internet connection, this router will work perfectly. So overall, how would I rate this TP-Link router? Considering the budget-oriented price, for example, on Flipkart, you can get it for a very good deal. I would say the excellent Wi-Fi performance, I would say considering the price to performance ratio, this TP-Link router gets a big thumbs up from me. And if you are on a tight budget, I would definitely say that have a serious look at this TP-Link router. I hope that you found this video review helpful. If you found it helpful, I'll appreciate if you can click the like button and also share this video with your friends. That's it for now. This is Ranjit and I hope to see you in my next video.